Friends, in part 1 of law of attraction, I've told you what is the definition of law of attraction, why 90% of people fail to manifest or attract what they want in their life. And I told you in part 2 and part 3, I'm going to explain in detail. So, in this part 2, let me explain three important aspects of law of attraction. First is how to attract or how to manifest whatever we desire or want in our life. So the process of manifestation is what I'm going to explain. Along with that, I am going to explain how our emotions end up attracting whatever we are currently. That means whatever are our predominant emotions most of the time, we end up attracting those people and situations into our life, and just changing emotions can change our fortunes. So this I'm going to explain. And lastly, what are the rules or the sub laws of law of attraction, right? So all these important three aspects of law of attraction, so you're going to find in this part 2. So watch till the end. So one of the best law of attraction coaches in India, who also happens to be someone from whom I have learnt, is Mr. Shreyans Dhaga, if you have heard about him, right? So when I attended his 18-day program on law of attraction, so beautiful quote he has basically explained, that is, if you can see it in your mind and if you can feel it in your heart, then you can hold it in your hand. I have not heard a better phrase or a quote than this with respect to law of attraction. I repeat, you can also see that if you can see it in your mind, right? So first you have to see, you have to visualize, you have to feel, you have to think. And then if you can feel in your heart, emotions from heart, right? Corresponding elevated emotions, which I explained in part 1, then you can actually hold in your hand. That means, as I told in part 1, just thinking alone is not enough, right? So once you think, you should also feel, right? Thoughts are like the seeds, so they are the seeds in your mind, right? So but the seed also needs to be nurtured, it needs nourishment. So your emotions are that nourishment. It's like, once you sow the seeds in the soil, it needs water, it needs manures, fertilizers, and time to time nourishment, cleaning, etc., right? So if your thoughts are like seeds, your emotions are that nourishment, which basically ensure that the seeds finally sprouts and then becomes a tree or a plant, right? So very, very important, again, like I told in part 1, most people who fail to manifest stop at just thinking. They think just thinking is enough. No, that is only half, that is only a good beginning. But then you need to ensure that your body, your heart, your every cell of your body, right, should also feel, right, the corresponding emotions, like I told in part 1. For example, right, so here let me take, if for some reason your heart is saying that I can never become rich, no matter how many times you keep writing or keep thinking that you are going to attract money, you are going to attract money, you are never going to attract, because heart is not feeling it, right? So the feeling, the emotions, and your thoughts has to match. Only then, as I said, the seed will sprout and then become the reality. See, our subconscious mind is like a magnet. As I told in part 1, whatever we are today is because of whatever is in our subconscious mind. So we are directly what we are in our mind, right? So that means whatever is the content of subconscious mind, so we attract fortunes as per that. If our subconscious mind is filled with most of the time negative, okay, so informations, we are always thinking negative, so we are bound to think even in present and future mostly negative. right? That means our thoughts will be most of the time negative, which will also ensure we attract more negative in our future as well. So remember, whatever you are in your mind or whatever is your subconscious mind, you attract similar fortunes into your life. So first thing you have to ensure is you have to clean, you have to cleanse your subconscious mind from all that you don't want. I always ask this question to my clients. It is little harsh, right? So I ask, do you have a dustbin? Obviously, people smile and say yes. How many times you basically dispose whatever you store in garbage? People say every day. So if you dispose the garbage which is there in your garbage box or garbage uh, covers every day, right? Because you don't want it to stink, right? Then why are you storing so much of garbage in your mind, which is there for I don't know how many decades? Then people feel really, this the biggest mistake we are doing is basically trying to store all those unwanted memories, the negative, haunting past memories, okay, either knowingly or unknowingly. Why knowingly? Sometimes because it gives us pleasure. It's like when a wound is there, we trying to scratch it and then feel good about it sometimes, right? So a lot of time people get into self sympathy mode. So when they keep crying, when they keep remembering the old, painful memories, they feel good about it. And when they share with other people, and when other people show compassion or empathy, so they feel good about it. So they don't want the old negative memories to go. They nurture them. So this is a biggest mistake you can do, which will stop you from moving forward in life. So first thing is clean up your subconscious mind, clean up your memory. Don't store what you don't want in your life. Simple. If you continue to hold them, you will continue to attract more of the same in your life. So as I said, your mind, your subconscious mind is like a magnet. Whatever is there inside that, it attracts similar people and situations into your life. As the old say goes, right? What you sow is what you reap. So if you're stored only negative things in your mind, that means your thoughts are most of the time negative. How can you expect anything good to happen in your life? So it has to first start by cleansing your subconscious mind and then start thinking good things. Then start sowing good seeds, right? So that is why I say your mind is like a magnet. So if you want to attract good things, keep the mind clean, positive, okay? Then only you can expect good things to happen in your life. See, many people don't know that just by thinking, actually, you can finish someone. So there are certain tribes in certain islands, okay, in Africa and few other continents, where the tribal people don't do deforestation. They don't go and cut the trees. They just surround the trees in hundreds of numbers and then just abuse. They continue to abuse, that trees which they want to cut or deforest. And within few days, the trees basically decompose, decay, and then they die. That's the power of a human thought. Just by thinking, by continuously passing the electrical impulses, which are basically nothing but thoughts, just throw your thoughts, you can actually finish someone. So that is the power of your thought. So even casually don't think negative, because that will impact. So remember, your thoughts are very strong electrical impulses which has the power to make or break somebody's career. So many times parents, without realizing this, keep abusing their children. They don't realize actually they are spoiling the future of their children because they don't know that their thoughts are so powerful. So keep your thoughts clean. And remember one thing, whatever you think about others, it comes back, it booms around. You must have seen boomerang, right? It's like a arrow which goes and then turns and comes back and hit you. You can never expect good thing to happen to you or your family members if you are always constantly abusing others, or expecting bad thing to happen to others, or indulging in negative activities, what we call it as negative karmas. Because what you do to others is what you get back from them as well as from others, right? Because we are all one, right? If you understand the concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So keep your thoughts clean, positive, and always think of those things which will help not only you, your family members, but the extended family, or for the larger good of the society and the world. So by doing this, you are not only keeping your mind clean, you are also basically attracting more positive thoughts from others and from universe as well, because that's the power of thoughts. Now let's talk about emotions. Emotion, right? Emotion, energy in motion. Like I told, thoughts are electrical impulses. Even your emotions are basically energy in motion. So anything you feel, okay, strongly in your body, people who are sitting within 2 to 3 or 4 feet distance actually can feel and they get affected with it. So your emotions are extremely powerful, like your thoughts. Now look at this picture, this funnel. If you just understand this and master how to manage your energy, you can master your life. So let me repeat what I told in part 1. Wherever your attention goes, energy flows. Now look at this funnel, what we call it as human energy frequency. Now think whether most of the time your energies, your emotions are in the top 3, 4 or bottom 3, 4. So what is there in the top 3, 4? The highest energy, gratitude, right? So gratitude is at the top, which is also some people call it as energy of universe. And then peace, love. When we say love, it is not just love which is linked with sexual desires. It is basically the universal love and affection. Reasoning, comprehension, sense of balance, these are all high energy frequency emotions. So if you as a person is always in this zone where most of your emotions are, as I said, able to balance, able to think, able to reason, spread love, always at peace most of the time, and in a state of eternal gratitude, then you attract people and situations who add more of these things into your life. Because whatever are your predominant emotions, you attract similar people and similar situations. Now think, most of people, including you and me, are at the bottom 4, 5. Greed, fear, lust, jealousy, apathy. Most of the time, our emotions are this. We get up and start the day with these kind of emotions, and we go to bed with these kind of emotions. When you are driving in the traffic, we are full of abuses, full of resentment. When we are watching news, most of the times the news is filled with garbage. So if most of the time in the day your predominant emotions are these negative emotions, obviously you will attract most or more of the same in the form of people and situations. So just by changing your emotions, just by watching out your emotions consciously and ensuring that your emotions are more of peace, love, gratitude, reasoning, etc., you can change your fortunes, because you attract more of the same in terms of people and situation. So this is 100% in your control. Just go through this, read this, understand this, this just funnel, human energy frequency funnel, and then see, most of the time you are in the, means you in the sense your emotions, you as a person, your emotions are in the top 3 or 4. By just doing this, you can change your life. So as we have seen in the funnel, the highest frequency is that of frequency of gratitude. We are so fortunate to be born as human beings. People say it takes thousands and thousands of years or lakhs of years to get a human life. But are we even expressing simple gratitude for, for this human life? We get 3 meals a day. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you are getting 3 meals a day, which 80% of Indians don't get. But are you expressing gratitude for it? If you're watching this video, means you have a smartphone, means you are better than 60-70% of people. That means at least you have some source of income, which 60-70% of people in the world don't have. Are you expressing gratitude for it? So many a times we only focus on what we don't have in our life. The biggest problem with people is people focus on only those things which they don't have. Yes, it is good to aspire for more, but not at the cost of ignoring what we have. First, think of what you have, be conscious of them, be thankful that you have all of them, and then ask for more. But what do? We compare, we cry, we crib. Just by changing this one basic attitude, which is completely negative, crying, cribbing, instead starting the day with gratitude for all the things we have in our life and going to bed again by expressing gratitude, our life will change. Now let's talk about the second most important or the most positive energy frequency, which is that of peace, right? So it is like this. If we want to see our future clearly with complete clarity, we need to relax, we need to be peaceful. If our mind is always filled with fear, confusion, or any sort of ambiguity, right? So we will never be able to see our future clearly, or we will never be able to plan, what we want to do tomorrow. It's like this, so a water which is full of waves, right, will never be able to see our reflection in that, right? So once the dust settles down, once water becomes calm, we can even see the literally the bottom of that particular water body, right? So our mind is very similar to that. So it is very important that we find peace. What gives you peace may be different from somebody else. So you know what will give you peace or what will keep you in a peaceful state of mind. For me, it is meditation and few other aspects. So I'm sure you know what will give you, what will provide you that much needed peace every day, right? So every day spend few hours doing that activity or those activities which will keep you in peace. So it is very important that you find peace. This is very important for manifestation. The third important energy frequency, which some rate as the highest, even above gratitude, is that of love, universal love. See, for that, you need to understand how the creation works, right? See, we are all part of the same family, the extended family, what we call as Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So when I hurt you, I basically hurt myself because I and you are same, right? Because our source is same. So when I help you, I help myself. When I make you happy, I make myself happy. So this is basically how the entire creation works. We are all connected. So when you spread love, you basically ensure that you also receive a part of that, because as I said, whatever you give is what you get back. What goes around comes around. So at a deeper spiritual level, love basically means seeing God within you as well as in everybody else. Only when that happens, you don't hurt anyone, you don't expect anything bad to happen to anyone. Instead, you will only be expecting that everybody should be happy, everybody should be at peace. This is basically universal love and brotherhood. So this is very important aspect as well. So gratitude followed by peace and then love, these are the three important emotions which will ensure that you attract more love, more peace, and more prosperity and other aspects which you expect in your life. So very important that you somehow take time to stay in these kind of emotions predominantly as much as possible throughout the day. See, one of the most important aspects which any life coach like me suggests for manifestation is starting gratitude journaling. See, basically, what is journaling? Anything you write regularly is basically journaling. So, when you make writing a habit, expressing gratitude for all the things you have, that is gratitude journaling. It is very easy. Just purchase a notebook right away, and every day when you get up, just write, I am thankful for so and so things in my life, and see how your life changes drastically. And if you can make another 5 minutes of time at the end before going to bed, you can also express gratitude for all the good things happen throughout the day, during the day. So just spending every day 5 to 10 minutes expressing gratitude, either writing, as I said, what we call it as gratitude journaling, or just closing your eyes and then practicing gratitude meditation, where silently you express gratitude for all that you are, okay, and all that you are receiving every day. But this is a must, because only when you express gratitude and stay in that state of mind most of the time during the day, you will be able to receive more. So, see, it is like this. If I not told you earlier, let me repeat again. When you say thank you for the things you already have in life, you will be blessed with more things to thank for. So, first say thank you for the things you have, and you will receive more. So, this is the very essence of gratitude journaling. Practice this. I have a book called, which I named as, thank you, right? Journaling. So, or gratitude journaling. So, in my office every day, I fill at least one page expressing all, those things I have in my life. And see, expressing gratitude even for things you don't have. Okay, so sometimes may help you. When I say don't have, that means it can be even challenges you are facing. For example, you have just faced some financial upset, right? So you are going through little bit of financial challenges. That is, in fact, you should express gratitude for those kind of challenging situations also, because that will make you stronger, that will make you to learn a new skill, that will probably help you to build a new relation with, to move out of your comfort zone. So like this, whatever is happening in your life, accept it, don't resist it as some kind of a divine design, and embrace it gracefully. This is basically gratitude mindset, and writing every day is gratitude journaling. Start it from immediate effect.